What up YouTube? So today I have this face for you guys. Today it is my take on a glowy makeup look. When I thought of glowy makeup look, I thought of something appropriate for summertime, still keeping it fresh and clean and just appropriate for summer makeup. This is what I came up with. We're definitely glowing, fresh, and yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. If you have any other requests, just leave them down below. And yeah, so if you want to see how I achieved this glowy makeup, summer appropriate, fresh skin face, then just keep on watching. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz my face with Badescu facial spray, and this is the Aloe, Chamomile, and Lavender one. I'm going to spritz this on my face because I really want my face to have really good stuff going into it. You guys like my bow? I'm like gonna be very much into headbands this summer, just because my hair is growing back on the sides right here. It's hot. Most of the time I like to wear my hair up, and it looks weird because hair is growing back, so it's sparse and stuff like that. So headbands are gonna be a staple for me this summer. So it's pretty dry. Now I'm gonna apply moisturizer. This is Garnier Moisture Balm. It's really good for oily skin. So if you have oily skin, you should use gel moisturizers than a regular moisturizer or like a cream liquid moisturizer. I'm just gonna apply that all over my face. So if you've kind of been aware of my hair journey, my hair is growing back, which is amazing. The hair fallout is not as much. That it really was related to my stay in the hospital and whatnot. But just updating you guys in case you were interested. I am going to wet my beauty blender real quick. And the reason why I want to use a beauty blender is because I really want the coverage to be full but not cakey. And I feel like a beauty blender will do a really good job with that. Take away any excess foundation. This is by Morphe, and this was only $7 and I picked it up at Ulta. Definitely go on ulta.com and check to see if it's in your area, and you can just grab it from the store. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to apply foundation. Before I do that, I need to apply primer. So I'm going to go in with the TooFaced Primed and Peachy Coolie Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. The reason why I'm going in with this primer because it is matte is because I have oily skin. Unfortunately for oily skin girls, the oils can really mess up the kind of glow look that we want to achieve. So I'm applying primer in areas of my face that do tend to get oily, and doing this will help kind of prevent that from happening for some time, but also prolong my makeup. Next, I'm going to go in with foundation, and I'm actually going to mix a Maybelline 24 Hour Super Stay Foundation with my moisturizer. I used to do this a lot in college, and it just gives like a nice coverage, but still skin-like appearance. So I'm using Maybelline Super Stay in the shade 220 Natural Beige. So I did like a pump, one pump for that. I am going to grab some moisturizer and just put it right next to it. What it does is it kind of dilutes it, so it's not so cakey, not so heavy. Well, it's not heavy at all, but you know what I mean. It's not so full, but still the coverage without it being so full coverage. I'm gonna grab a clean foundation brush, and I'm gonna mix the two, and then I'm just gonna apply it. So now I'm gonna go in with my sponge and just blend this out. And you could use any moisturizer. So any moisturizer that you normally use for your face, you can use that with your favorite foundation. If you have a foundation that gives you like a luminous glow already without being full coverage, definitely use that. Don't make your life complicated. But if you're interested in just trying out this technique, any foundation with your moisturizer. So I'm gonna do one more pump just because that was not enough. So I'm just gonna apply it. And then also any problem areas that I feel like needs more coverage, I'll probably just go over that again. And with this look, I don't mind if like my freckles show through. I don't mind if some imperfections peek through, you know, those ones that just won't go away or just can't be covered. I don't mind. This is what it's looking like. As you can see, we have good coverage. The skin is evened out. My face doesn't look super matte or super covered up, but it looks better, like more healthy skin. After that, I'm gonna go in with concealer. I'm gonna use something pretty light and not too much full coverage. So I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution concealer. This is in the shade 7. I really like this. The under eyes. And if you've seen my review on this, you would know that I mentioned how it does a good job with concealing, but it's not full coverage to where it's covered up my freckles, which Tarte Shape Tape can do. So that's why I'm using it today, because I feel like it still keeps within the whole glowy skin, fresh face. And especially during the summer, if I do a look like this, I like to do my face first and then the eyes, just because I really like to concentrate on the face. And I tend to like wear no makeup to less makeup, just because especially here in Utah it gets super hot and it's not cute. So now I'm going to highlight the center of my face just a little bit, just so that we can give our face dimension, because the foundation will kind of cover it up and make it like a flat one shade. So you do want dimension and all of that good stuff. Last week for Ilani's wedding, I did like a pretty beat face because, you know, it's Ilani's wedding. But after that night, I kind of was like, I wish I did a look like I'm doing today. Something more light, natural. Just looking at my face that day, I felt like I wish I did more of like a nicer skin rather than just looking so plastic and cakey. It did do a good job with holding up to the night, you know, in that sense, which is what I was trying to do, just because I knew I would not have time to touch up, to redo my makeup. But still, I wish I kind of, you know, did something more on the natural esque. I am going to set my under eyes very lightly. I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. The reason why I'm setting my under eyes is because I am preventing creasing under the eyes, which is like something you should do when applying wet products to your face. So I just want to go pretty light with this though. I'm going to take it on a brush like this. I'm just going to pat it right where I want it. A beauty blender could do the same, could give the same control. I'm just being extra. I'm also going to set my eyelids just because I know I applied foundation. My eyelids crease because I have a hooded lid. I could also apply it on my smile lines because my smile lines crease. And then I am going to take a big fluffy brush. So I'm going to use Fit Me by Maybelline. Again, this is in the shade 230. This is just a pressed powder. I'm just going to quickly run it over the face and just quickly set it. So still working on the face, I'm going to contour my nose. I'm going to use Benefit's Cheek Parade palette, and I'm going to use the Light Hoola bronzer. And it's this shade right here, Hoola Light. I'm just going to use that to run it along the side of my nose. Like I said, the face we're doing today is something light, not too beat. The nose contour, I tend to like to go a shade lighter, just because I don't want it to, you know, draw too much attention, but I do still want shape. And then, run it in my crease, just so that there's some balance. Now I am going to contour my cheeks. NYX Cosmetics Matte Bronzer in the shade Medium. I really like this bronzer. Good amount of warmth. It's just really gonna warm up the face. I'm gonna grab a fluffy brush, kind of blend that out so it's not too harsh. And I feel like for the summertime, we should definitely take advantage of bronzers because the tan, the warmth, it's always a staple during the summertime. Blend it out just a bit. See, and I like how my freckles are still coming through. I feel like it makes the face look more natural, more fresh. I am going to take a blush. So I'm going to use Milani's blush in Luminoso. Seriously the best. It's a luminous blush, a baked blush, and it just gives a nice overall healthy glow. To highlight the nose, I'm going to use Fenty Beauty's Killawatt highlighter, and I'm going to use Mean Money, which is this one right here. Just running it down. Then I'm just going to spritz my face really quick using the Mario Badescu spray. So now for the eyes, I am going to be using brow pencil. I'm going to use Loreal Brow Stylist Finer to fill in my brows. I am so obsessed with the growth that my brows have. It's been a long time coming, to be very honest. So I take full advantage in kind of showing that off just because I feel like the last time I had brow hairs like this was like freshman year in high school. When I first got my brows done. Just gonna use a bit of product just to kind of fill in the sparse areas. So I'm using a light hand. I'm not going too crazy. I'm gonna comb through. So as you can see, we don't have like a full Instagram defined brow, but we do have a brow better than no product. So to keep the brow hairs in place, I'm going to take Loccitane Extra Gentle Soap, and I'm going to spritz some setting spray on it. You could use a bottle of water. I'm just going to use one pump. And then that wet spot, I'm going to run a brush over it. What this does is it makes the soap sticky so that when you comb through your brow hairs, they stay in place. And I don't want to use something with color because I don't want to fill my brows in anymore. I still want it to have like this light consistency, but I do need my brow hairs to stay still. There we go. And once the soap dries, it becomes like this sticky consistency, which is why the hairs don't move. I've read, because when I was looking for a soap to do this for the longest, I read that soaps with the less amount of ingredients in them are the perfect soaps to use. And there we go. So now we got some nice brows. So for the lids, I'm not going to do anything actually. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to use Morphe and their collab with Bretman Rock and the Babe in Paradise palette. I'm going to take Vaygation, that one right there, to highlight the inner corners. Then I'm going to highlight brow bone. You guys see my oils kind of coming through? That's not shine. I am going to apply some highlighter, same highlighter. I'm going to apply it on the temples up here. And then to kind of get that glow from within, I like to run the Morphe or a beauty sponge over top, and it just kind of melts it into the skin so it's not like sitting on top of the skin. We're gonna be glowing today. For the lashes, I am gonna use these ones. These are Velour silk lashes. This is in the style Mama Knows Best. These are thick, full, but they're not long, so they're not too dramatic, but they will definitely bring some oomph to the eyes. So these are the lashes on. As you can see, they are super natural, but I feel like they fit this look so well. But while the glue is drying, I'm going to work on the lips. I'm going to go in with NYX lip liner in Soft Spoken. And this is just a lip liner that is basically my lip color. And I just like to fill in like the corners right here. In the center, I like to leave it open and bare. I'm going to be using Hank & Henry's Gloss Lip Lustre in Your Mom. I love this gloss. It is seriously my favorite. And I like to apply it just to the center so it can do its thing. I'm going to use L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. This is the waterproof one. This is the amazing mascara. I just apply it just so that my natural lashes kind of stick to the falsies. I'm just using Smashbox primer water. So this is the completed look. I am so obsessed with it. I love it. Everything I mentioned throughout this video will be listed down below, so in case you guys missed that, check the bottom bar. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It feels good to film again and just to create a look that I absolutely love. If you want to keep up with me elsewhere, you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at Bryyykayyy. Subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean so much to me. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in my next one.